Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Third installment of Scott's Selections here for Friday, July 7th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. Really not much to go through. Give it a tennis play at Andy Murray money line at minus 145. He's currently winning 2-1, but the match was suspended due to curfew, so they will be resuming that matchup on Friday. Once again, up 2-1 in a good spot. Hopefully Murray can close it out, but time to move on. So looking at the play for this video, unfortunately, didn't really like much on the Friday card, but it's not the end of the world. We are going to look ahead to a big event over the weekend, UFC 290, couple of title fights that a lot of people were excited for. But for this episode, going to preview a fight that's actually not one of the title fights, but is on the main card. It's going to be a matchup between Du Plessis and Whittaker. And for this matchup, going to go with Whittaker to win by decision at plus 225 on Fox Bet. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take Whittaker to win by decision. First reason, it's a great way to find value with a minus 400 favorite. Whittaker's expected to win. Most people think he's going to win, but he's minus 400. And I find the decision price extremely odd because Whittaker really does not finish many of his opponents. Whittaker's gone to decision in each of his last 5 fights. He has not won by stoppage in each of his last 8 fights. And yet he's minus 400 on the money line and plus 225 to win by his preferred method, which I think is insane that they're getting roughly a $6 differential comparing both prices. Now, Du Plessis is a young up-and-coming fighter who's been very good since joining the UFC. However, he hasn't really fought anybody, and I do think that this is going to be a problem because it's a massive step up in competition. His biggest wins were against Darren Till, who's no longer with the organization anymore because Till's been just awful for the last couple of years. And he beat Brunson. Now, Brunson's a decent win on paper. He has not exactly been the same guy in his last couple of fights. But the point is, Du Plessis has to deal with a massive step up in competition, and Whittaker is easily the best fighter he's ever faced. I think that's going to result in some problems. Whittaker is a very smart fighter, and he's very patient. And I do think eventually Du Plessis' kind of wild style of burning through his whole stamina in a round and a half is not going to exactly work out in the long term of these 3 rounds for this fight. So I think that Whittaker is eventually going to be able to be patient and wear down Du Plessis over these 15 minutes. But Du Plessis' stamina, once again, has been a serious issue, and I think he might gas himself out early on. But Whittaker's been in there with Yoel Romero, has been in there with a lot of heavy hitters, and I do think he'll be able to handle the punishment that Du Plessis is going to try to give to him. But simply put, getting Whittaker, who's a massive favorite, who I think is going to win because he's one of the best fighters in the weight class, against an unproven young commodity at this price of decision. Well, I mean, once again, you're saving about $6. He's minus 400. You're getting him at plus 225. I think it's a bargain. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's an auto play. Fox Bet also went a bit rogue. It's plus 225 on Fox Bet, roughly plus 185, plus 190 in other books. So you're gaining an extra 30 cents just by shopping around. But once again, I'm going to take the value here with a fighter that I think is going to win. So play that once again here for Friday, July 7th, is going to be on Whittaker to win by decision at plus 225 on Fox Bet. Bye, everyone.